Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us see about application migration service. In short, we can call it as MGN. So if you search for MGN, then you can get this AWS Application Migration Service from search bar in AWS Management Console. Now, why do I need this application migration service? So in order to migrate your applications from on-premise in order to migrate your applications from on-premise data center to AWS cloud. So in order to migrate your applications from your on-premise data center to AWS cloud, then you need to prefer using this migration service. Why we need to use this migration service? To migrate applications from on-premises data center to AWS cloud. We need to use this application migration service. So we have already seen database migration service. We already know about database migration service. Now, why do I need to prefer this application migration service? Instead of that, why do I need to prefer this? So there also I'm migrating data only. Here also I'm migrating data only. Then why do I need to prefer this? And when do I need to prefer this? Instead of that. So you need to prefer this application migration service whenever you require migrating whole application. So let's say you don't want to migrate not just only databases. You want to migrate your application, whole application. So does application contains only database? No, right? It also contains some other as well. So in order to migrate all the things related to application, you need to prefer this MGN service in AWS, that is application migration service in AWS. So let's see how it will be. Let's see how the migration happens. Here you can see a simple diagram where it contains this is on-premises data center and this is AWS cloud. You can assume like this. Let's say these are your web server and web applications. This is my one of the WordPress application. I want to move it to AWS cloud. So if you use MGM, that is application migration service, then how your migration happens is first, in order to migrate, first your database or else your application server need to connect to your MGN service, right? Yeah. So for that, it uses TCP 443 port to connect to it. So after authentication only to MGN service, then only this MGN service will accept the data from your WordPress application and move it to replication instances. So in order to move your data from WordPress application server to your replication instances, so does this MGN requires some servers, right? Yeah, it needs to create some servers and need to provide some replications from your WordPress application server to store under this replication instances. So how to provide those? So in order to provide those, this MGN requires, there is application migration service require some permissions, right? Yeah. So how do we provide them? So we need to provide them by using IAM roles. So whenever we first open that MGN service, then it asks you for providing the roles. So when you click on create, get started, then it asks you for creating these roles only. Then in order to provide these replication instances, you need to create templates for them. So after replicating your data from WordPress application to your replication instances, what happens? Then, so your data is converted by using conversion instances. Your data is converted to however you are requiring your destination data will be. So like that, your data is converted. Then your data is moved to, then from this conversion instances, your data is moved to the destination, whatever you specified. So remember this public instances as well as conversion instances present under public zone, public subnet, whereas your application server finally reaching destination will be present under private. So in between this process, your staging volumes will be created and your data is replicated to this instances, and conversion of your instance storage also comes under this staging volumes only. So after that, it will be migrated or transmitted to your private subnet app server. So in this way, the process will be happen. So for these instances creation or conversion instances creation, you don't need to create it manually. So you just need to provide a template where it containing all the information. This replication settings, this replication template settings, there you need to provide your staging area subnets and your instance details and volume details, whether your volume is encrypted or not, which type of encryption you want to provide, security group and tags. So like that, data routing, everything you need to provide under the template. So by using the template, what happens is AWS MGN, AWS Application Migration Service will create everything for you. So let us see from AWS Management Console where we can see these replication templates and launch instance templates. So for that, you need to search for MGN, or else you can search for Application Migration Service. Then you got response like AWS Application Management Service. I think this is loading. So you got Application Migration Service option. If you open it, then you can see the options like replication template and launch template. This replication template is used to provide your replication instances template, whereas this launch template will provide you template for your conversion instances. So these two you need to provide and you need to use them. And then you can see many more options available here under your application migration service. You can see source migrations, you can see source migrations, applications and waves, global views, launch history. So what are the migrations that you launched? Those will be available under this launch history. Whereas this MGN connector, it is one way to migrate in this application migration services. So don't worry, I'll tell you how many ways we have to migrate. So for that, you need to open waves. So by using the waves only, you can migrate. You can see first, you have three ways to migrate. So first way is what? By using replication agent. You need to install this replication agent on your servers, on-premise servers. Then by using that, you can migrate to AWS Migration Service. So after migrating, you need to launch these by using the launch templates, and then you can able to check it. Then you can able to perform this cutover. Nothing but you can assume this as launching your instances which are tested perfectly for production environment. So let's say you want to migrate in this option one process. Then first you need to do what? You need to install replication agent in your on-premise servers. Then you need to connect with this application migration service by using this replication agent. Then you can replicate your data from your on-premise to this application migration service by using that agent. So the agent will be application migration agent, application migration service agent will be there. By using that, you can able to transmit your data to this. So the second way is you can even install MGN connector. So by using this MGN connector, even you can get VMware vCenter level data. That is nothing but VMware vCenter level applications you want to migrate. then you need to choose this MGN connector. By using this MGN connector, you can able to get data related to VMware level. The applications which are on top of VMware, so those all data you can able to get from here. If you use this install replication agent, then you can able to get only one application data like that. If you use this MGN connector, you can able to get VMware level applications. Or else if you want to perform this migration using agentless service, then you can install this. Then you can use this third option. What is that? Install appliances in your vCenter. Install appliances in your vCenter, then activate agentless replication. So in this way, you can able to replicate your data from your on-premise to this migration service by creating the waves. So first, after creating the wave, first what happens? You need to set up from your on-premise, and then you need to import the inventory, and then you need to replicate, right? Yeah. So let's say the replication happens. You install your agent on your on-premise servers, and you provided the replication, and you tested. So in order to test or move your data to your architecture, that is what, in order to move your data, replicate your data to replication instances or conversion instances, first you need to provide permissions to this AWS MGN, right? So how to provide it? You can see source servers. Source servers, you can see it primarily asks you to create. So whenever you click on get started under application migration service, whenever you click on it, then it will ask you for creating those at first. So if you click on add servers, then it will provide you an option to add servers to it. You can see under waves session, you can able to add waves to transmit your data from your on-premise to AWS. And you can see the replication templates as well. So in order to do that, you have to go for here, and for launching instances, you need to choose this option. So this is about application migration service. When do you use and how the architecture will be, and how to implement it by using AWS Management Console. What are the options available to do this? So I hope you understood this application migration service. So thanks for watching. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic.